So I'm going to slide a little warning in here real quick.
Warning! The contents of this podcast might be triggering or offensive to those that are listening to this episode. Listeners' discretion is advised.
Yeah, so suck it up. What were we talking about?
Nazis built the pyramid,
The
the
Nazis
aliens started the
built-
Holocaust. It's just...
We're talking about serial killers today. They're ghosts.
It's only going to get worse from here. I got nothing. Fuck it. Let's just get into this. Welcome everybody.
No opening? No fresh
well,
opening?
Okay, my opening would be to all the OnlyFans girls out there, please quit sending me fucking messages, because honestly, if I'm not going to pay for prostitution, I'm not going to pay to see just pictures and videos of you playing with yourself, okay? If I want to spend money on a fucking female, at least I'm going to do it at a strip club to where I can have real titties in my face. Like, I don't have to buy the dance. I found the loophole. I sit on Perv Row. I tip a few dollars. I get tits in my face, and I'm happy to go.
Yeah,
So
that's paying. That's still paying. But
it's paying, but at least I'm getting skin on skin. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
so what? She has an Adam's apple. It's still titties.
it's still titties.
But all right.
Hey,
So
speaking of that, I'm glad you agree with me.
a what?
What?
Huh?
Huh?
Oh. All right. Let's get into this. So, welcome everybody to The Calling Couple. I am your host, Gage, along with my beautiful, wonderful co-host.
Sage.
Oh, that was very enthusiastic. But
Oh, yeah.
today we are going to get into just a topic, but kind of a ramble, really. I mean, we'll try to stay on topic.
We will not.
Yeah.
He promises things, and I do not deliver. So
Yeah.
you can hold him accountable because I've never promised anything.
Well, so today we're going to be talking about relationships.
Ooh.
Yeah. Because it is February 15th, so we already passed Valentine's Day when we recorded this, but it's okay because we're going to talk about different kinds of relationships and things that we have noticed and things about ourselves too, just what we experience and how we deal with things. So,
Yep. So this is, once again, opinions. You don't have to have the same ones as us.
you really don't.
Everybody's opinions are different.
Yeah. And don't worry, I'm not going to like your opinion, so...
Yeah, it's like, I'm not going to agree with you, so it's okay if you don't agree with me. Or if I do agree with you, you don't have to agree with me, you know? Just like, to each their own, my guy.
Where do we want to start this one off with, though? Where do we want to begin?
Legalizing prostitution.
You know what? I think
and I was going to say it anyways.
honestly, I will say I think that would save a lot of relationships.
No, it would not.
Oh, come on now.
No, it would
There are some
not.
women out there that are like, I love his money and all that, but the sex is dull. My toys are better. And I don't think I want to really sleep with him, but I think that if he just was able to go and do things with somebody.
Oh, see, I went the opposite with that.
Oh.
You made me think, the sex is dull, and I like money. So I think I'm going to go be a prostitute. that's where I went with that.
or you just like, you know what? I'm not in the mood tonight. Just
Here's $20. Go to the local whorehouse.
Well, now it's like $60, but you know.
I was just being funny.
Don't ask me how I know this stuff.
Oh, I know how you know this stuff.
Oh, okay. I mean, we tell each other.
I
everything.
am your co-host.
I think the biggest misconception nowadays is what people consider what love is.
What's love got to do?
Yeah.
Got to do with it.
And I honestly think that's the biggest problem is that people are misconstruing what love is supposed to be and what it's about instead of taking it as for what it is. People are like, oh, I love this person. I love being around them, all this and that. But when they start breaking it down, it's more of like
yeah, you also love ice cream. So
yeah, but and what I was going with that was that it's more like an obligation that they have to love this person because they put so much time and effort into it,
yes.
and that it's like, oh well, I've spent so much time with this person, I have to love them and all that, and
you know what that leads back to? Sorry, I'm gonna tangent already.
All right.
that goes along with that one conversation about instant gratification. Like, I've put all of this effort into something, so I want the outcome of my effort now. And so they think, I put this in, so it must be love. That's not how love works.
No,
I'm not going to tell you how it works because I don't fucking know either.
Oh yeah, by all means, we are not professionals. I mean, we've been together.
No, I blinked one day. I was like, oh shit, I'm in love.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know how it happened. It just did.
but I think that's the problem. Is like we get those people that are together and they just sit there and they're just like, you know, we've been together for so long that I don't see myself with anybody else. But yet, when you peel back the layers, like when we get invited over to people's houses that have been together and we see how they are, and they're just like, oh, we're so in love with each other. But yet, even in front of us, they will argue, they'll bicker, they'll fight.
They'll post that shit on Facebook.
Yeah, they will do everything opposite of what love's supposed to be. And that's why I'm just like, that's not love. That is not love. If you can sit here and everything that you have to talk about ends up in a fight, that's not love. Okay? Me and you work out so well. Why? Because we're fucking best friends.
Yeah.
Like we are literally best friends who just said, you know what? I want you to be my husband. I want you to be my wife because we enjoy every fathom of our company together. Mm-hmm. Now, don't get me wrong. We do fight. We do argue. We do all that kind of stuff. But guess what? That's nobody else's fucking business. We don't do that in front of them.
I wouldn't even say we fight. I would say we have arguments.
We do.
They're always healthy arguments.
Yeah.
They're like stuff we needed to work out.
Agreed.
And that's something that people who like the opposite of what we're talking about. See, we're talking about people confuse comfort with love. And I'm talking about, well, we'll get to that too. But I'm talking about how, like, uncomfortableness with not in love. See, that is love. When you can push to be uncomfortable with someone and still work it out, that's what real love is.
I agree, because, I mean, shit, I know every fucking aspect about you. Mm-hmm. You know every aspect about me. Mm-hmm. And the reason for that being is for the fact that we have sat here and became completely vulnerable to tell each other exactly how we feel, what we've gone through, and where we're planning on seeing ourselves down the line. Yeah. And a lot of people can sit here and say, yeah, we do that, or we have done that with the partner before, and it just didn't work out. Well, here's the difference, is that we took what we had said, we listened to each other very fucking well on where we stand on things. And then at the same time, we sat there and we were just like, okay, how can we make this work? And a lot of things that we have talked about has turned into, well, I don't think that's going to work for us. We try to run through scenarios and we try to work it out and we try to figure out what we can do about it. And if it's not going to work, we let it go. Yeah. Or if it's something that we feel that the other person needs, we try to work to make it happen and to fulfill or...
Because everyone's got different needs.
Exactly. And the thing is I think the biggest misconception is people think love is a one-track mind.
Yeah, it works one way and that's it.
Yeah, and it's not. You cannot have a one-track mind in love. You can't have a one-track mind on how you want somebody to be.
Well, yeah, because the two people that fell in love those 12 years ago,
yeah,
that's not us.
No, fuck no. No.
Yeah.
We fell in love for what we had back then, but our love grew as we started growing and getting older and changing.
Yeah, we grew, and our love grew with us. It grew and changed.
Tyler Perry said it pretty well. One of his Medea movies, I can't remember exactly which one, but we watched it, and he said it very fucking well, of be in love with the person that you are with now, expect to be in love with somebody different 10 years down the road. Mm-hmm. And it's true. It was true for, especially with us when we heard that, we actually stopped and looked back and was just like, damn, yeah.
It's something that, to go along with that, is people who renew their vows. I used to think, that's stupid. You've gotten married, why would you need to get married again? And now I'm just like, renewing your vows is actually really smart. Because like people who do it every 10 years or so like that, I'm just like, you are totally different people 10 years down the road. So it would almost be like remarrying. It would be like those two people are now getting married. Because, you know, we were just freaking
kids
when we got married. So, like, now, these two people would definitely be different getting married.
The ones that kill me are the ones that listen to quote-unquote experts.
Oh, yeah, which we're not.
Yeah, we're not experts. but no one is a fucking expert. You know who? Actually, I take that back. You know who are experts? The ones that have been married for 40, 50, 60 years.
And still discovering things about each other.
Still discovering, still passionately in love with them. You know, and what the one thing they always say every fucking time you hear them being asked that question, I married my best friend.
Mm-hmm.
I married my best friend who was like, and that's another thing. I want everybody that's listening to this podcast, look at your best friend, the person you call your best fucking friend. And I really want you to break it down for yourself. How many times have you had good memories? How many times have you had great times together? How many times have you called them crying or hurt or really needing them? Or how many times have you guys been in each other's fucking face, screaming at each other, fucking mad, like you're about to whoop each other's ass? Or if you have fought them, are you guys still best friends to this day? How did it fucking make you become stronger best friends to where you are like, no, that's my brother or that's my sister. That's not my friend anymore. That's my family.
Yeah, what got you to that point?
Love is the same fucking way.
Oh yeah. Becoming a best friend with somebody and all the trials you have to go through, that's exactly what love is. Like, you love your best friend, so you can apply that to your relationships.
Exactly. It goes back on the same line. What people need to stop looking at is, oh, she's beautiful or he's hot. I think I'm in love with them you're in love with the lust. You're not in love with them. And stop trying to change them. Stop trying to make them different. There's nothing wrong with little flaws or little changes here and there. But when you want to drastically change somebody, you're not in love with that person.
You're in love with who you want them to be.
Yes. Like, build them up and help guide them to where you see their potential could be.
Not just that. I'm agreeing with you. But help build them up to where they see themselves, where they want to be.
Yeah.
Because you know, if you're really that close with your partner, you're going to see their hopes and dreams. You're going to see where they want to be in life. And you're going to be like, well, that's very possible. Help them get there, you know? Don't be disappointed that they're not already there. Help build them there.
Well, and what I'm meaning is, like, I see a lot of these TikToks and videos of quote unquote relationships where they're drastically trying to make this person be something different. And you could tell that person's not into it, or they're just not ready for that level of change yet. And that's something that I wish people would stop and consider. Put yourself in their shoes. If they were trying to make you drastically change, would you like it? Yeah. Okay, so a good way to put this is like how me and you grew up. We had an emo phase.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we had that phase where we were just like, we're working through some shit and we're trying to get there.
You mean I'm not still in my emo?
You've come into a different. But how people were just like one day, you know, like, you know what? I'm ready to do something different. I'm ready to try to move on and all that kind of stuff and try to take on a different challenge. Well, that's the way a romantic love relationship should be too. You fell in love with that person for when they were there at that moment of their life. And if they're ready to try to do something different, great. If they're not, give them more time. Where I was going with all this relationship stuff is that you have different kinds of relationships. Everybody loves in their own way. Mm-hmm. But you need to base your love off of what you would want out of a friend, out of a friendship.
Yeah.
Because here's why. You can't say you love somebody and expect a long life with them if you're not willing to put them through the same thing you would as you want out of a fucking friend. You have to start putting people like they are friends. Start them out on a trial. Do I like this person? Could I see myself hanging out with this person? Do I actually want to be there around them? Do I enjoy their company? Do I enjoy their opinions? Do I enjoy the way they make me feel about myself? And you start testing that friendship out by doing those things. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. By all means, if you can cut a friend out, you can cut a lover out. You got to look at that the same way. And on the flip side of that, you need to start looking at relationships as toxic friendships. How you see people that are friends that you know are very fucking toxic, that you're just like, no, I can't be around you anymore because you are not where my life is and where my life needs to go. Or you are straight up just bad for me. everything that you do needs to be broke down into, if I'm going to be spending the rest of my life with this person, I want them to be my best friend. So look at them as a friend, treat them as a friend, and go from there to where you can either see it be a good relationship or very toxic. But make sure that that friendship is going to blossom into something that you can see that being with that person for the next 20 years. I've had friends that I've been friends with for 15, almost 20 years now that I'm still friends with to this day. And I've got you that is my best fucking friend that we've been together for 13 years. And I still see you down the road. I don't see you leaving me because I am so wrapped up in having you by my side that you have been there with me through thick and thin and helped me grow and become better than what I was when we first met.
Babies, you better knock it off right now.
When we first met, I was very damaged, broken, and angry. I was so lost where I wanted to be because I had no direction in life. I had no plan to do anything. And then I met you and I seen that you had your own emotions, damages and stuff that I didn't see it taken on as a project. Mm-hmm. I just saw somebody who I could relate with that made me want to be around you because we had a lot of similarities.
We could help each other grow.
Exactly.
Like you weren't holding me up and I wasn't holding you up. We were just holding each other's hands.
Exactly. And then we worked through our stuff. We built ourselves up. We've ended up reaching some of our darkest moments to confront each other about, to where we worked through them. Mm-hmm. We're stronger because of that. And it was all because we started out as friends.
Yep.
We started out as two people. Honestly, we started out not liking each other.
Oh yeah, that's how it really started out.
Yeah, we started out not liking each other. But then you had brought up your iHome.
You were a bossy bitch.
And you were a prissy little brat.
Yes, I was. Yes, I was.
But we got to talking because of your iPod selection of music, and we just...
Oh, music is my love language.
Yeah, and we got to talking, and next thing we know, 2 weeks later, we were just kind of like, hey, let's kind of make this official and just start dating each other, and that's kind of where it was. Like,
it was a lot sillier than that, really.
It was.
Everyone was just like, you guys aren't dating yet? We're just like, no, we're having fun being friends. Like, I was enjoying just us being just friends. And you were too, you know? Or you would have had to ask me out already.
Yeah, and I look back at that, and I look back at all the girls that I had quote-unquote dated or I was just sleeping around with. And...
Yes, Michael, welcome to the podcast, Michael.
Somebody woke up from their cat nap. But I look back at that, and I look at what I was saying to woo girls, because a lot of these girls were already emotionally damaged and all that, looking for something that I was nowhere near gonna offer.
Oh, yeah.
But the biggest thing I used was, I love you.
Oh, God. You were one of those guys?
I was one of those guys that I would use their emotions against them and fucking get what I wanted out of it. Thing is
like, it's okay. You went through a lot, but it's not okay. It's not okay.
Yeah, and the thing is, though, is like with you, I didn't do that. There was something.
My ass would have been like, "You fucking liar! Don't you dare say that shit to me."
Well, there was also something there that I wanted to see why I was so intrigued with you. Instead of I didn't look at you as a piece of ass. I looked at like there was something about you that I wanted to know more, and it was.
I am intriguing.
It was a long time before I even realized that I was starting to love you. That I could actually say that and genuinely mean it. Like I never said it to you until then. And that's when I realized, damn, this is what love is. That's
what that feels like.
Yeah, so it was different, and I gotta say, guys, don't just fall for anybody's words. Like if you want to fucking have a fling and have a hookup and all that, make it that, and be honest. Yeah. Be honest with it.
Like just let them know. Like this is what it is.
Like guys, straight up, just be like, yeah, girl. I like you. I think it'd be fun to hook up all this and that. And girls, quit being so fucking promiscuous. It's just sex. Just fucking be like, you know what? Yeah, let's just do that. And
yeah, but they get slut shamed for that shit, and guys don't. I'll go there.
Yeah, but you know what? No matter what anybody does in their life, they're gonna get shamed or they're gonna get trash talked. They're gonna be felt like they're nothing.
Just be like us. Don't give a fuck. Like sure, whatever.
Okay. Oh, well, don't get us wrong, because there's some things that people tell us that it fucking hits us and it hurts, but we have to fucking sit here and say, you know what? That's your fucking opinion. That's not who we are.
Yeah, I'm not saying we are freaking titanium walls, man. I get my feelings hurt all the time. I'm super fucking sensitive. But I can think about it and be like, you know what? I should not carry this much. So you know what? I don't. I still will. It'll still hurt my feelings, but I just gotta remind myself that that's their opinion. And normally it doesn't have anything to do with me.
Exactly. And that's what I mean is like, guys, stop playing the game, because the game is fucking stupid. It is overdone. Girls are getting their fucking feelings hurt because they start to think that this guy fucking likes them. And guys are thinking that this girl is gonna be wife material when they don't want nothing serious. Fucking tell your intentions. Say your intentions straight up so there's nothing misled, no hard feelings, all this and that. But if you're gonna do that, if you're gonna be straight up forward of like, no, I just want sex and that's about it. I don't want anything else afterwards, which I've had relationships like that and it was great. But the biggest thing is, wear fucking condoms. If he's not willing to put a condom on, don't fucking do it. And if he says, yeah, I got a condom on, look.
Yeah, just look.
Check. Double check. Be like, no, if you don't have one on, get the fuck out of here. And if he doesn't want to get out of there, keep a knife by your side and cut his dick off.
God.
Hey, girls got to be fucking protective nowadays. Because a guy can fucking be overpowering. And if he's already in that mood and he's right there.
Oh, yeah. That is one thing that drives me crazy. Like, once they're in that mood, it's like the girl has no right to say no after that. Like, we're already naked, we're in bed. What, she can't change her mind?
Yeah.
In the middle of the bed?
Yep.
Like, you know what? I know you have your dick out, and I know it's right there and ready to go in me, but, like, you won't put a condom on, and I don't want to do this anymore. So you're going to have to leave.
Yeah, and don't fall for that. Well, it loses the feeling.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, so what? He hasn't earned that trust for you yet. He hasn't earned to do that yet. And girls, quit fucking telling guys, well, I'm on the pill. It's okay. So what if you're on the pill? A pill doesn't stop an STD.
Well, I'm actually under the impression that condoms don't really do that either, because there's so much skin contact. There's no way you're not still getting STDs.
Yes, but it can help stop with your big ones. Like,
yeah, I know, but like,
I mean, you can still catch crabs, which crabs is very treatable. You can still catch a few things, but
in my mind, I'm just like, yeah, a condom probably stops like 35% chance.
No, it's a bigger percentage than that.
You
but
think it is?
It really is.
I'm paranoid though, so
it does stop a lot more than what you would think about. But don't let them trick you into thinking that it's okay. If it's a one night stand or if this is just a small time fling, condom up. Take all precautions, because say you don't catch an STD and say, oh well, girl, I pulled out.
What about all those boys out there that have been told it's way better without one? What comforting words would you give them?
Look, yes, it is fucking does. It feels amazing without a condom. It does. But here's the problem.
Comfort the boys.
Boys, you can sit here and talk this big game about pull out. You could talk this big game about how you ain't ever got to worry about shit. You're still going to catch something. And then you could also get her fucking pregnant. And if you fucking run out on her after getting her knocked up,
he's going to cut your dick off.
No, she has every right to fucking cut your head off. And not just your dick. Because if you're that such a selfish, low-life piece of shit that you're willing to run out, man, get the fuck out. Get off this planet. We need more fucking fathers. We don't need more fuck boys, okay? Is what I'm breaking down to.
I don't think we need fathers.
But if you're not if you're not willing to be the father, wrap that shit up. Yeah. Stop fucking ruining people's lives, because that's what you're doing. You're not God, if he fucking exists, but you don't need that God complex that, oh, well, that's on you. Peace out. We need to have more people that are willing to step up and be the man, instead of boys trying to think that or play a game like they're a man, still run around acting like boys. If you want to be a fuckboy, be a fuckboy, but be a fuckboy with responsibilities at least.
Responsible fuckboy at least.
At least.
You just run around getting women pregnant every day? Ew. You fucking nasty.
Yeah, and like I said, you are ruining their lives. Now, granted, even if they say, no, it's okay, I'm in love with you, I'm on the pill, it's all right. Wrap your shit up. Because guess what?
You might have missed the day. You don't know.
Because guess what? Here's a bigger thing that you need to remember. DNA testing has gotten a lot better. Everybody's DNA is being picked up all the fucking time.
Yeah, you don't think a girl that says, oh no, I love you, I'm on the pill. You think that girl ain't going to track your ass down and make you pay her.
Exactly, right there. Your life will be ruined too because that DNA test is going to come back, and now you've got to fucking pay for that kid that you ran out on when you could literally just wrap it up, not have to deal with that, or find a girl that you want to actually get pregnant
What about
and spend your life with that person.
what about the girls that say they're allergic to latex or whatever?
If
that
you're
shit's
allergic
made
to
of?
latex, then what the fuck are you doing with yourself? Why are you having fucking sex then? Because if you're allergic to
Well,
latex,
just because they're allergic to latex doesn't mean they don't want to have sex.
okay,
So, what's the advice you'd give people like that?
be single and use silicone dildos.
We're acting like being allergic to latex is their fault.
I'm not acting like it's their fault. What I'm saying is you're playing a fucking dangerous game.
No, that's not what I'm meaning. I'm saying, okay, I'll give the advice then because you're fixing to go real mean with it. Honey, I'm talking to you ladies. If you are allergic to latex, that's the only thing he's going to have in his pocket. So if you're allergic to it, get your own supply of silicone or whatever the non-latex version of condoms are. Because they exist.
Oh, pigskin.
There's enough condom, like there's enough people allergic to latex that there are condoms available for you.
Or just
Go
do
find
anal.
No.
I'm just saying it's an
Why
alternative.
why is your solution always anal, bro?
Well, it's either anal or deep throat. It's however it needs to go down.
Go down.
Look, just wrap it up.
Yes, just wrap it up.
Just
There's a
wrap
way.
it up. Take precautions, because at the end of the day, the guy may catch a little bit of an STD or have an STD and all that, but he's gonna move on to the next girl in line. Okay, ladies, you are gonna be fucked over worse in your life. At first, you're gonna regret it. You're gonna hate it and all this and that. You're gonna have this kid, and you can go two ways with that. You can hate the kid for that one fucking time, or you can love that kid and then realize your life's changed, all this and that. But if you're a kid your fucking self, you're not ready for that shit.
So wrap it up.
Yeah, fucking. Let's get back on love. All right, so we've had our sex talk.
Wear condoms, children.
I will say this. I want to say this because mainstream media is not where you find love advice or what your definition of love should be. Here's why.
Everyone's definition of love is different.
Exactly. But my thing is like, I'm so tired of hearing these people or seeing their posts and stuff like that. You're not Harley Quinn and Joker.
Oh God. Oh, that. Okay.
You are not this insane,
He's my
chaotic.
Joker to my Harley Quinn.
You are not that couple, okay?
You are not them, honey.
You are not Jack Skellington and Sally. You are not
Hey,
Bonnie and
hey,
Clyde. You are
fucking
not.
stop.
You are not any of those relationships. Stop basing your love life on those relationships.
Fictional characters.
Yes. Stop fucking basing your love life on that shit. You know what love is? In the fucking moment. It is right there in front of you. It is what you are building off of, and that's where you go from it. You don't sit here and base your life off of fictional characters. It's called fiction for a reason.
Yeah.
You know what a real love story was? Johnny and June. That's a real love story. Great fucking love story too. Why?
Because they went through hard times together.
They went through hard times and they were willing to change and adapt for themselves to make themselves better. That is a good love relationship. Not saying it was perfect, not saying you should base your life off of it, but they were living in the moments of realizing where they wanted to be and how they were going to was willing to achieve it. You have great love relationships that you need to look at and work on. But if you want to sit here and say that you're Harley Quinn and Joker, because we're crazy, we are crazy together. Okay.
Is that a good thing? Because Harley Quinn and Joker together was not a good thing.
No, it wasn't. And if you're able to sit here and say that you're crazy, you're not fucking crazy. You're not insane. You're not wild and free-spirited. The reason why they were considered crazy is because everything that they did, they thought was legit.
It was perfectly sane.
Yeah, everything was perfectly in the right.
It made sense to them, and they were very confused with why no one else was doing it that way.
Yeah. If you're able to define yourself as crazy, then you're not fucking crazy. The ones that are crazy are the ones that think that they are everything that they're doing is the right thing to do, or what they just feel like needs to be done. So by sitting here saying, "Oh, well, we got a toxic relationship like Harley and Joker,"
That's not a good thing, my guy.
the key word of that was toxic. No
Oh.
toxic relationship is good, whether it's family, friends, or
I
relationship.
read something hilarious. You know how yesterday was Valentine's Day?
Yeah.
So, I read something hilarious that says, roses are red, but so are red flags.
Yeah. Yeah. We call it red flags nowadays, and that's what you guys need to be looking at.
I got a bouquet of red flags for Valentine's Day.
You know,
That was funny.
You know, and here's something else. We call it red flags nowadays, but you know what we used to call it growing up? Instinct. If your instinct is telling you, "Whoa, I don't like that." If you walk into a bank and your instinct tells you right now is not a good time to be in here, and that place gets held up, maybe you should have listened to your instinct of walking out, coming back at a different time. Now you're a hostage in that situation.
Ooh.
Same
I took
with
all that as metaphor, and I was like, that actually is really good.
that is the same
Your heart's
thing.
the bank.
That is the same thing. You need to listen to your instincts. If something doesn't feel right, don't fucking do it. Get away from that situation and don't think that you can change it. I'm going to let Sage speak because we're going to pick up on this topic right here. Relationships, broken men, damaged women are not fucking projects. All right, go ahead, Sage.
Are you sure? I'm just like, are you sure? Because for the right person, they're the right project.
Like I said, I'll clear it up. in a minute.
Okay. Well, we were talking about the word relationship.
Yeah.
And every person that's truly in your life, you have a relationship with, whether it's romantic or platonic.
Yeah.
Like you were saying earlier with friendship, that's a platonic relationship. Not me. I have a romantic relationship with all of my friends. Like when you're in a relationship with somebody, and like we were saying earlier, when you go deep with them and you like say, when you're finally brave enough to tell them exactly what you're wanting in a relationship, romantically, well, you know what? It would work friendship wise too. And they tell you what you want, and then you adjust with each other and until it gets to that right point. Sometimes that doesn't happen. Sometimes what you want and what the other person want are so different that it's not going to work out. It's not going to work. And then some people, like we tell people this, we've told people this before, that we've wanted different things. Me and you have wanted different things in our relationship.
Right.
And we worked on it until we met into a solid meeting ground. But our wants were similar enough and kind of yin-yanged off each other pretty good.
Right.
But some people are looking at that and thinking like, oh, well, I want this thing way over here and they want that thing way over there. We just have to like work harder to get to a meeting ground. No, honey, you have two different of needs. It's not going to work. You need to end that relationship. And that's the thing that I'm just like, some people don't know when ending the relationship is a good idea.
Yeah.
That's a problem for some people. It's not like, I know who we were talking about, like, well, you're not giving it a good enough shot. Some people give it too much of a goddamn shot. Some people say, like, oh, well, all we have to do is work it out. I mean, like me and you were saying earlier, that not all relationships are the same. So my advice isn't always, like, my advice that's based off our relationship might not work for you guys.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just need to end it. Just because me and you worked it out doesn't mean that those two people are going to work it out.
Yeah, because we've had people come to us and like, well, what do you think we should do about this? What do you think we should do about that? We will tell you some of our experiences on how we have dealt with it, but do not take that to the fucking bank. Do not sit here and be like, okay, I'm going to apply that to my relationship because it won't work.
We've had people think if we do our relationship exactly like Sage and Gage do it, it'll be great because their relationship's great. And it did not work for them at all. It made it worse for them.
Yeah. That's why we say
like, you can't do it the way we do it because it's our relationship. You guys are not us. You're two different people.
Yet again, basing your goals and relationships off of someone or something else does not work for you. You can't do that. You've got to be able to sit here and you could take somebody's advice and try to implement it, but implement it that's gonna work for you, what you already are going through and what you're trying to fix. Don't just take it straight out of someone else's book and like, oh,
Yes, straight out of the book. Straight out of the book. Because, like, when I give advice about my relationship, like, this is what we did, I'm just saying, we worked it out. And they're like, well, how did you work it out? And I told them exactly how we worked it out. Well, you guys aren't going through exactly what we did. So you're going to have to tweak it to your own relationship.
yeah, take the concept of
That's
it.
not what they did. They did exactly what we did. Exactly to the T what we did. And it didn't work. It backfired in their face. And I'm just like, that's because you didn't do, like, your problem wasn't exactly what our problem was.
Yeah.
So, of course it's not going to work.
And, you know, and I do want to talk about that here in a bit, because that does bring up...
I was going to give a good metaphor real quick.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So, I've got this hole in my boat that I need patched. I'm like, oh, you know what? I had this hole in my house, in my wall, and I patched it. Well, how'd you patch it? Well, I got a wall patch. Okay, I'll get a wall patch for my boat.
Yeah.
Is that going to work? They're both patches. Why wouldn't it? Because it's not a fucking boat patch. It's a wall patch.
Yep. You know what? And I like that metaphor. And it would basically be putting a bicycle patch for an
On a
inner
motorcycle tire.
Yeah, putting an inner tube patch on a car tire, thinking,
yeah, even worse.
and thinking that it's gonna hold. It's not gonna hold.
It's not
they
gonna
they are
hold.
two different things that are meant for two different things.
Yeah, they might have both been patches, but they're for two different scenarios.
Yep.
And that's exactly what I'm talking about.
Yep. That's a good one. I like that.
Yeah.
So before we get back onto that subject, because where you were going with that, I really enjoyed that because I got something else we'll bring up for that. But right now, let's talk about projects.
Oh yes.
Okay.
Same topic.
Yeah, same topic.
It's circled back around.
Yeah, and here's what I mean by that. It's like I've seen TikToks of that of like, ladies, men are not projects. Guys, women are not projects. You are to an extent.
Everyone is, honestly.
Everybody is, but here is the thing. Like, let's say I'm working on something. Okay. Perfect example. Your motorcycle. I've been working on your bike, trying to get it fixed and trying to get it running.
I appreciate that greatly.
That is a project that I know I can do.
Mm-hmm.
That is something I know I can fix. I can get that done. I can even take outside advice on how I should go about getting it fixed.
Yes.
But you throw me under the hood of a fucking Honda Civic, 4-cylinder rotor motor, I'm not going to know what I'm doing. And I'm going to try my hardest to get it going. And I may be like, oh, I got it to start, but it won't stay running. I can't fucking figure it out. It won't fucking work. It's not working. Why the fuck can't I get it to keep going?
And that just ends up breaking you.
That right there is to know it's a lost project. Let it go. It's a project that you can't fix.
Yeah. It's not a lost project. It's a project for someone else.
Yes, like you've got to learn to know when to say, I can't do it no more. I've got to step away. I'm done.
Yeah, we are literally on the same subject. I'm just saying it differently.
That's where I'm going to leave that at. Don't let the project fucking consume your entire life when it's never going to fucking be fixed.
Yeah. I agree with you, and I don't know why we say no. Like, because no means yes to us for some fucking reason.
No.
No.
Something I would like to touch on what you said, though, that I'm like, yes, because what you were talking about, how people take our advice and try to run with it or try to do what we have done and make it work for themselves.
Yes.
One thing that we get a lot is like, well, you guys have threesomes, you sleep with other people and all that kind of, and like how you guys can do that. Like, I would love to do that with my partner, but I'm not sure.
That's actually literally what I was talking about.
Yeah,
I just was trying to be vague about it.
And that's the thing, though, is like people will take that advice of what we give them of how it works for us, and then they go out and do it, and they're just like, oh my God, it fucking didn't work. Like, what the fuck?
Blew up. Now they don't trust me anymore because we slept with somebody else. It's like...
That...
We didn't do it for the reason you did it. You know?
We didn't do it to save our relationship.
We did it because we wanted to have fun.
We did it because of our backgrounds. We did it because of where we were and are in our life of you grew up loving women and wanted to be with women. Mm-hmm. And to me, you are a lesbian. I just got lucky on marrying.
He's got lucky.
But
see that circles back to the best friend thing.
Yes, but that's the thing, though, is like when we started doing threesomes, people started sitting there just like, oh my God, he's just cheating on you, all this, not realizing that we were doing those straight up for you. I wasn't really involved.
I wouldn't say straight up.
No,
Wink,
hold on,
wink.
hold on. I was getting there, but it was for
No,
you
it was
to.
a gay joke.
Oh,
I wouldn't say straight up.
no, that was
Wink,
good.
wink, wink, wink.
That was good. But what I'm meaning is like how people are just like, oh, he's cheating on you. He's using this as a way
Oh,
to
yeah,
cheat
he's
on
using
you.
this as an excuse
But
to cheat on
it
you.
was
Yeah.
for you to get your fantasy out, your deep darkness of what you've had to bury and hide for so many years to see if that's where you really liked it. And it was. That's what you liked. You enjoyed that stuff. Then I got to be a part of it. You were the one that called me on a lot of that stuff.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And that's where it was fun for me because I used to be a whore. I used to be a guy that would fucking flirt around and do all that shit to where we were getting a satisfaction of both sides of us. You were getting your dark fantasies and I was getting to feel
And you say dark fantasies
old-
as if it was a bad thing.
No, it's not. It's not a bad thing. But it was something that you felt as a dark fantasy because you never
but I
thought it
don't
was going to
anymore.
happen. Right.
Now
but
I'm
that
just like, I'm gay.
but that's where it was one of those like, yeah, that worked out for us because we were both getting something out of it. To where after we were done, we could sit there and talk about it. And don't get me wrong, not every single one of them was a good time where we're like, oh my God, that was fun.
Yeah.
Or we walked away with like, wow, I'd love to do that again.
Every time you have sex with your partner, it's always a banger. Like, it's always good.
Yeah, and it's not. But
sometimes you're going to have duds.
we talked about it and we worked through it and we made it better and we came out a lot stronger on that stuff.
Yeah.
But people would take that, what we did, and implement it to themselves and just fucking...
Like, oh my God, you guys have threesomes? That's so cool. Like, I want to do that with my partner. And we're like, well, you have to talk about it. You have to be open. You have to say everything. Like, we didn't just randomly decide to do it.
No.
You know, we talked it through. Well, the first time was kind of random.
No,
But I
because
mean,
we had already pre-talked about that, and then it just flourished. But then after we had talked about it and we did that, which when we did that, it was a fucking random, but we had already had some conversations about it to where afterwards we had more conversations about how that moment was, where our feelings were afterwards, to where we could build up to be like, okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting at, is that we talk it through. Not only before it happens, but after. It's called aftercare.
Yeah.
And it's something that a lot of vanilla relationships don't know what it means. It's where you don't just wham, bam, thank you, man. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You, like, even in a normal, just two people, monogamous relationship, after you have sex with your partner, you cuddle, right? You know, like, or you talk, or me and you, like, we go to the kitchen and we have a little snack. You know? We do shit like that. Well, that's called aftercare.
Yeah.
And if you're doing something as vulnerable as adding a third person to your relationship, your sexual relationship, you need to do aftercare. You have to make sure everyone is where they were when they started mentally.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm not talking to you.
Oh, yeah, no, definitely. Like, you gotta, I agree. You have to give aftercare. You have to let them know that you are still there for them and in
Like,
love with them.
Yeah. Well, yeah, your partner for sure.
Yes.
But I'm also meaning the third person. They are a person.
Oh, yeah.
They are a human being, and they need aftercare too. They need to know that they weren't just used. They need to know that they weren't just bringing in a sex toy.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like what we've noticed with when we talk to people about this, and a lot of times when we talk to people that are interested, they're just like, I don't want to be your unicorn. Don't treat them like a unicorn, and definitely don't be looking for the unicorn. A unicorn is called a unicorn because it's a rare...
It needs to be treated like that.
Yeah, it's a rare once-in-a-lifetime thing that could happen or could become a stable. But you gotta fucking stop looking for it and stop expecting it.
Yeah.
Just...
Let it happen.
Yeah, just let it happen. Be there in the moment. Just...
If you try to force something like that to happen, it's not going to be a good time. We've been there. We've made that mistake. We went searching. We found. We were aggressive. We forced it. Not like rape or anything like that, but just like we
overbeared that person.
Overbearingly encouraged the moment to the point that when we did aftercare and stuff, we weren't all mentally where we were supposed to be. And it kind of ruined the moment.
Yeah.
So we learned from that. Hopefully they have still learned from that.
Yeah, I'm hoping.
Oh, that also circles back around to projects.
Yes. Like
bring the broken girls home.
Yeah, and that's that's where I'm gonna leave this subject at. Of don't take what we do or what somebody else does into your life and expect it to work. Just be in the moment and enjoy what you have, and try to go from there. If you're having hard times, or if it's a continuously hard time, just let it go. You got to learn when to walk away from it. You got to know when I've done everything I can. It's no longer there. I'm just done.
What I call is it's alchemy. It's an equal exchange. You have to put in what you get out.
Yeah.
What you get out should be as much as you have put in. If that's not equal, then that's not the relationship you need.
Another deal of that we could talk about is like how we're polyamory.
Oh, I didn't know if we were to get into that or not. I don't know how long we've been going on.
Well, we can talk about it real quick. Okay. So how?
It's not a quick subject.
Well, we'll just come back to it another time then.
Oh yeah, we can do a part 2 relationships.
Yeah, but
I'm sure there will be questions.
So we're actually running on some time on this one, so we're gonna start wrapping it up. But I would like to say this, guys. We'll just give you the quick gist.
Yeah.
Find a friend that you can build a relationship with.
Yes.
Do not be afraid to date, assess, prospect, however you want to fucking do it, to see if that person is going to be what you're needing. If you're wanting a one-time fling or just a booty call here and there, make those intentions clear.
Very clear.
Wrap it up.
Yeah.
Protect yourself, and don't fucking make everybody else's stuff work for you, because that's not going to fucking work for you. Mm-hmm. Work with what you have and what you can do. Don't overexceed yourself on one side, and definitely don't overdo yourself on too much of your own. Try to make it an equal, fun time.
Yes. Are we gonna talk about polyamory at all, or are we just wrapping up?
Well, we'll
do a part 2.
Yeah, we have a lot more stuff that we're going to talk about on the next one that we do of relationships, because we're going to talk about polyamory. We're going to talk about different things, but at the end of it, we are...
Yeah. What's the difference between open relationship and true polyamory?
Yeah.
We'll get into that.
We will. But that's really going to be it for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this, had fun with it. Like I said, we're going to get back to it again at a later date, because I've got projects I've got to go do, and they're not human beings.
We got a busy day today.
So other than that, man, I think this has been some fun.
And we know you got questions, so...
Yeah, if you got questions, by all means, leave us a comment or send us an email at thecallingcouplepod@gmail.com.
Oh, we're also taking guests. We're also taking guests.
Yeah.
So if you got a subject and you actually want to talk about it with us on the podcast, send us an email. Message us, we would love to have more people on the show with us. I think you and Karaoke had a great time on that last one.
Yeah, we had a good time with that. But yeah, send us an email. Let us know what you think. If you guys have relationship issues, we are not here to be your therapist. If you have serious issues, there are help facilities out there that can help you get therapy. Or if you're in an abusive or toxic relationship, by all means, reach out to helplines.
There are helplines for that.
Yeah, reach out. Try to get the help that you need, because it's gonna be something that you're gonna have to deal with somebody that is quote unquote professional about it. We're not. We're just here to talk about it. Other than that, we are going to end this episode, because now I've got people blowing me up to go help out.
Your phone has been blowing up all day.
Other than that, thank you guys for joining us. Leave us a like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to send us an email if you'd like to. Other than that, we are going to close this one out. So,
I'm Sage.
And I'm Gage. And this is The Calling Couple. And just remember, if you're out there living life, fuck it up, Buttercup.
Caca.
And I said what I said. Oh, yeah. Legalize prostitution.
And don't forget to legalize prostitution.
All right, we're out of here. Later.